Many Sonic levels are known to be set in real-world locations. Heck, I even dedicated a whole series to it. So, today, I'm going to look at all the Sonic levels set in the West, since two of my favorite Sonic games primarily take place there. And believe me, there's a lot more levels than you think. This is a bit of guesswork involved, so it might not be 100% right, but anyway, let's get into it. Starting with the first game to take place in the West, I'm gonna say West an uncomfortable amount in this video, aren't I? Sonic Adventure 2 opens with City Escape, assuming you played the game right, which is clearly based on San Francisco due to the large amounts of hills throughout the level, the beach you see in the background of the skybox if you manage to see over the buildings, and its location on the map relative to Radical Highway being pretty much identical to San Fran relative to the Golden Gate Bridge, but I'll cover that in a minute. And obviously there's a big truck that chases you, because we all know that happens in San Francisco. Anyway, the next SA2 level in the West is Radical Highway. This one is a red bridge with the building on either side, and it's pretty obviously the Golden Gate Bridge. I already said how it's near City Escape like the Golden Gate Bridge is near San Francisco, so I think it should be pretty obvious, but I mean, come on. Look at these side by side and tell me they're not almost identical. And also this goes for all the bridges in SA2, like the kart racing levels. Prison Island pretty much gives itself away with the name. Alcatraz, a prison on an island in California is, well, just Prison Island. I mean, there's jail cells and an ocean. I have videos, wanna see? Next up is the Pumpkin Hill area, and California is full of mesa areas. Wait, what are those called? Badlands. Huh, guess Minecraft really does teach you stuff. Anyway, there are a bunch of Badland areas that look pretty similar to Pumpkin Hill, and there's also this. I mean, I know there can be similarities, but come on Earth, this is straight up plagiarism at this point. Last up for Sonic Adventure 2 is the desert area, which if you don't know is probably like 75% of California at least. This whole state is basically just beach, desert, and city. Wild Canyon, along with the other desert levels, has sand. There's not many defining factors in the deserts, but again, just look at the comparisons. Next is a game that I'm sure all of you love, not just you, Nask. Sonic Heroes. This game opens with Seaside Hill, which is really just the entire shoreline from around San Francisco to Los Angeles. It's beachy and there's grass. It may seem random to assume that it's there, but it'll all make sense in a minute. Just wait. The second zone in Sonic Heroes is Grand Metropolis, which in my opinion is supposed to be Los Angeles. Otherwise, it probably wouldn't be in this video. Grand Metropolis is set up to be this grand city. A metropolis, if you will. Sorry. When you compare it to City Escape, it's almost like City Escape is cool on its own, but then kinda gets overshadowed by Grand Metropolis, at least to the locals, not to Sega. This goes the same in real life, where more people think of Hollywood when they think of California landmarks than San Francisco. Plus, those line up pretty well with what made me realize Heroes takes place in the West at all. Casino Park. Casino Park is pretty clearly based on Las Vegas, where everything is bright and colorful to grab your attention, and most importantly,
let's go gambling!
It's in a bright city full of slot machines, dice, and chips.
Chips? You mean potato chips?
No, I didn't. And whatever those spinny tables with the black and red is called, it's pretty clearly where it's supposed to be, especially when you realize that Sega HQ was in California when Heroes was developed. Which I probably should have pointed out earlier, so I don't blame you if you called me out in the comments. Anyway, while Vegas isn't in California, Nevada is right next to it, so I'm sure one of the Sega employees at least knew someone who'd been to Vegas before. Dang, this section was pretty long. I must have gotten pretty addicted to writing the script. Don't gamble, kids. The last Sonic Heroes level that I can really consider in the West is Rail Canyon, which, as you may have guessed from the name, is the Grand Canyon. They look pretty similar and they're both canyons, so it's not really a reach to assume. The final game I'll be covering in this video is Shadow the Hedgehog, which opens with Westopolis, which surprisingly a lot of people haven't realized is actually City Escape. There are plenty of hills which could sell the deal already, and the only reason that it's on fire is because of the alien invasion that happened like 20 minutes ago. Area 51 isn't that far away, so there's more proof. They probably just wanted to save their buddies. Also, it says West in the name, so yeah. The next level in Shadow 05 is Glyphic Canyon, which takes place probably around the desert area in Sonic Adventure 2, due to it looking pretty similar and having similar architecture. Lethal Highway could really be any highway in California, but more primarily an elevated one, like the East Los Angeles Interchange or the Newhall Pass Interchange. Next is Prison Island. Again? Well, I already covered this at the beginning of the video, and it's the same prison island, so there you go. Death Ruins is a forest which most likely is the ruins of Green Forest on Prison Island from SA2 again. So, yeah. Is this starting to get repetitive? Circus Park is a bright area similar to Casino Park, so it's pretty safe to assume that that's where it takes place, and it's the same location. Also, it has this voice line.
Where's that damn fourth Chaos Emerald?
Iron Jungle is most likely a base built on the remains of Prison Island, primarily the White Jungle area due to the name having jungle in it and the skybox looking relatively similar to the one in White Jungle. Also, the music sounds kinda similar to Green Forest, which is Sonic's SA2 equivalent of White Jungle. Another level that's in City Escape is Central City. If you didn't know, Central City is the real name of City Escape, because who would name a city City Escape? Dang, we started with the same level that we ended with. Pretty fitting, huh? Alright, I'm just gonna talk randomly for a few seconds to fill in the time it takes for my outro song to play. So, guys, if you want to go to these levels, congratulations. Let me know what I should cover next, maybe Sonic's Unleashed levels, as opposed to a specific area or region. And don't forget that, I don't know. Anyway, be sure to like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you want, and talk about low budget flights, no food or movies. I'm outta here.